So guys, this is the Huawei Y7 2019 edition. This phone has just recently been released, so I thought we should take a look at it. Now, I've done a review for the previous Huawei Y9 2019 edition, so I'll leave a link in the description, or you can click here on the YouTube card to actually see that video, okay? This is one of the best mid-range devices you can get in the market right now at an affordable rate. So the device has this very beautiful and glossy finish at the back. This is not really new. If you look at the Huawei devices that have been released in the past 2 years, you will notice this very trend. All of them have one thing in common. They have this very glossy finish at the back with this kind of gradient thing going on. The Y7 2019 is a very beautiful device. If you look at the finishing, the form factor, and the way it sits in your palm, you're just going to fall in love with this device and you want to buy it. So one of the things I mentioned earlier on that I loved about this device is the form factor. So under the device, we have two stereo speakers blasting there, and in between those two stereo speakers we have a USB 2.0 port, and behind the device we have a fingerprint sensor mounted there, dual camera setups going on there. We have a regular display, and on top of the device we have a headphone jack. So just in case you're wondering if the device is water resistant, please, the device is not water resistant. I was shooting this video, then it just started raining in the process, and so I just continued shooting anyway. So that's why you see water all over me or water all over the phone as I was shooting the video. So please, if you have your own, or if you're gonna buy it, when you buy it, please don't put it under the rain, or don't put it inside water and later on you say, I saw the guy that was making the video on YouTube put the phone inside water. No, that's not true. So straight out of the box you get Android 8.1, you get a Snapdragon 450 processor, you get an octa-core 1.8 GHz CPU, and you get an Adreno 506 GPU. These are pretty decent specs for an entry-level device, you know. You also get 2 gigs of RAM, 32 GB inbuilt memory, and an SD card slot that is expandable to up to 512 GB. But the problem is, if you're going to use an SD card in the SD card slot, that means you're not going to use a second SIM card. My favorite thing about this device is the display. This thing has like one of the best displays I've ever seen on a budget smartphone. It's an LCD display, 6.2 inches in size, 80% screen to body ratio, and a 720 by 1520 resolution. And like every other 2019 device, it still comes with a notch, that teardrop notch that lies in between that display. But one thing I like about this notch is that it doesn't occupy all the room like all other traditional notches we've seen so far. It just sits just very tiny there, and that's my idea of a perfect notch. If you don't like the notch, you can still turn it off. So if you go to settings and then you scroll down to display, then you see the option there that says notch. Once you tap it, see another option that says hide notch. Once you tap on the hide notch, you see the display becomes normal. It looks normal, even though you can still see the physical notch there, but the display just has this very regular look. I like the fact that most of the manufacturers are coming to terms with the fact that some of us don't like the notches in the devices, and they now give us the option to turn it off. If you look at some of the new Tecno phones that I've reviewed here and Infinix devices, mostly the Infinix Hot 7 and the Tecno Camon 11 and all those phones, you now have the option that you can just go into settings and turn off the notch, which to me is very cool. Took the phone out on the sun, like my tradition is on this channel. I always like testing the displays under the sunlight to see how they'll perform in case you were out there going out somewhere and you were having your device, you just wanted to reply a text message or a tweet. Now this display actually performed pretty well. The Huawei Y9 we reviewed earlier on this channel also performed pretty well too under this same circumstance. One thing I don't really like about this display is the fact that the bezels are pretty thick. I mean, we're in 2019, asking for slimmer bezels is not asking for too much. So as you must have noticed, we have dual camera setups at the back. The first one is a 13 megapixel main lens, while the second one is a 2 megapixel depth of field lens, which will enable you to take portrait shots or bokeh shots. Then in front we have an 8 megapixel single lens, unlike in the Y9 where we have dual camera setups in front. Something very brilliant I love about the design of this device is this. Now in front of the device we have a flashlight, but it was so hidden and so designed like you will not notice the flashlight bumping out, or you will not notice it, unlike in the Tecno Camon 11 or Infinix Hot 7 where you will just see the flash ring light in front there glaring at you. On the Huawei Y7 it is there, but it is hidden. It is only when you turn it on that you actually see it flash out. That is quite brilliant. So now that you know all there is to know about the Huawei Y7 2019 edition, what do you think about the device? Do you think it can compete against the Camon 11 Pro and the Infinix Hot 7? Let me know down in the description, alright? And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you'll be the first to know when I release a new video on this channel, alright? So thank you so much. I'll see you again in the next one.